All right. Good morning, guys. Um, Today is a special day. It is August 12th, and 3 years ago today, sitting right here, is when I unpackaged the Woodsman for the first time. Now, immediately, I knew that I was going to like this knife. I had no idea how much it would change my parameters of what is capable of being done with a camp blade or a main blade. Um, Everything you see in front of you, all these little trinkets and things, were completely carved with the Woodsman. Many times out of hardwoods like this piece of eucalyptus right here. You got a box, you've got spoons, we've got folding spoons, and a fork carved out of antler. Um, Cups in intertwined rings. The latest one was this little flute right here. That back, you guys saw the chest set that got carved out completely out of hickory, and get the weaving loom, beard comb out of water buffalo horn. This right here was probably the most complicated thing I ever carved. This was just I call it an infinity stand, and it was basically a visual representation of the Holy Trinity. You've got the Alpha and Omega, one piece, the fish symbol and the cross, another piece, and the dove and holy fire, all carved from eucalyptus limb just like this. That was the second one of those I did with just the Woodsman. I've done several little pendants like that, also out of chunks of eucalyptus, and of course the fishing rod. And anyway, there's been quite a few things. I did all this because it hit me that I don't want to be in the jungle, possibly in a survival situation, maybe just camping, and making or having the need to make a delicate cut or a precise cut or a tricky cut and be doing it for the first time. I want to be competent with my knife, and also I wanted to know exactly what my knife could do and what kind of cuts I could make with it. The Woodsman has just been outstanding. Uh, I really look at the Woodsman as a multi-tool. Just from back to front, the 90-degree extended tang. So you can use this for striking. You can use it for scraping out cups and spoons and things like that. You can use it to strike a ferro rod. Um, you can. It's got the hole here for the bow drill adapter, which works fantastically. You got two other different size holes here and here. I think one's a 5 and one's a 6, or maybe a 6 and an 8. I can't quite remember. Which works great for me because I use pinky lanyard. You could also use that to strip wire, strip vines, or whatever. The Promali scales, absolutely impervious. 3 years, not a single issue. The 416 stainless steel bolts that he tunes in his shop, and which allows you to take the scales off, and you can check the inside of your knife to make sure that there's no rust growing or anything like that. I had that happen with a Randall. I've got a little groove cut on the inside of this scale here, and I've got two needles magnetized that are in wax, just as a backup. The thumb ramp is great. He's got this nice little like knurling design here, it's always so comfortable. I've never had a hot spot with this knife. But of course, Kevin measures the knives to your hand as well. Thumb ramp, the locking hole here, which is, I never realized how much I enjoy having a knife that actually locks into the sheath until I had this. The saw that works with the grain or against the grain, and it actually saws. It's not just for notching. A striking anvil at the perfect angle for whenever you're breaking through things. For batoning, it takes all that shock out of your hand whenever you're hitting. And I have hit this thing hard. You have to excuse the birds. We are in Costa Rica. The swedge for splitting in that point. Oh my gosh. So many of these items and the details were done just with that point. Magnetized saw cover. Just slides right on. Boom. And because of that, I can hold the knife right like this and do my carving very comfortably. A proper convex. I mean, guys, look at that. This is a 1/4 inch thick steel 01. Now look at the time that was taken. That convex starts way up here and works its way down. You got the power of a kukri for the chopping. You got that secondary point right here, which comes in very handy also for carving. A 1/4 round, which is just iconic for a tracker. And a draw knife section right through here, which is just like a straight razor. Again, to me, the Woodsman is a multi-tool. It allows you to do so many different things. I had no idea 3 years ago that I would be doing this much stuff with one knife and enjoy what I'm doing. You don't make all this unless you're really enjoying what you're doing. So the best thing I guess I can say about Origin knives, about the Woodsman's design, and Origin in general, because I do have the Shirley, which has been my EDC for 3 years. In the last 3 years, I have not bought another knife. And that's the best testimony I can give to the quality of Kevin's blades.